Welcome to this Qigong routine to benefit the kidneys and the lower Dantian. This routine is great for any issues of the lower back, pelvis, or hips. The kidneys also govern sexuality and reproduction in many ways, so this routine can be helpful for that. It's a great routine to do in the winter to warm the energy of the body. And the kidneys are also associated with longevity in Chinese medicine, so I thought this was the perfect routine to film on my trip to Okinawa, Japan. So I hope you enjoy this beautiful Okinawan sea cave on this island known for the longevity of its people, typically living over 100 years. We'll start with our feet shoulder width and just begin with knocking on the door of life. The door of life is an energy region, basically the lower back. It's about at the height of your navel, so bring that hand up to knock the low back muscles just behind the navel. If you can't reach there, it's okay to knock at your buttocks or your hips or something like that. But really try to come up to the door of life region, which is at the navel height. We'll continue the exercise just with a wider stance. So step it out wide and start to shift your weight left and right. Continuing this turn of the spine, just let the shoulders relax. The arms swing naturally from the shift of the weight and the turn of the waist. It's a great exercise to open up the lower back and stimulate some heat and energy in the body. Let's point our toes forward, straighten the legs, and we'll just find a nice forward fold stretch here. Great way to relieve tension on the neck, spine, lower back. Then we'll roll it up. And sink down into a horse stance. Place your hands on either thigh, press off of one thigh, and look over the opposite shoulder. Then come through the center, press off the other thigh, and look over the other shoulder. We'll do a few of these with breath. So here we'll inhale through the center, exhale to press into the spinal twist. Inhale through the center, and exhale, press into the twist. One more each side. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Back to the center. Very nice. We're going to turn into a bow and arrow stance to our left, so I'm mirroring you. You're going to look over your right shoulder, then bring your chest down to the left thigh, sweep it over to the right thigh, turn your toes the other way, lift up, tuck the tailbone, look for a hip flexor stretch on the left leg there. Then bring the chest down to the right thigh, sweep through the center again, coming over to the other side. So we basically just find a little back bend here, stretching the front of the hip, and also adding a little twist, looking over the shoulder as we twist. Try looking away from that hip flexor. This one you can exhale through the center and inhale into the twist. Good, we'll come back to the center. Lift up to a neutral position. And again, we'll just find a forward fold stretch. Make sure your toes are pointing forward. Legs fairly straight. Relax across your back and neck. Find a few mindful breaths. We'll roll up. Lift the palms up by the solar plexus and push to your right. Inhale, palms face up by the solar plexus. Exhale, push to your left. Starting a little bear qigong. The bear is often associated with the kidneys in Chinese medicine, or in qigong at least, because the bear stores energy, conserves energy for the winter, just like our kidneys' job in the Chinese medicine context is to conserve our qi and our jing our essence. Stay in this nice low, wide horse stance. And then here, as we push, we're then going to lower the chest to the thigh, hands towards the floor, sweep our chest over to the other leg, and then roll up with heavy paws, and then push like the bear is rolling a boulder away. And down to the thigh with the chest, over to the other side, rolling up, loose wrists, heavy paws, and then push the boulder away. Now you notice the legs don't move much, if at all, here. Try to keep the movement just in the waist, particularly. Articulate from the waist and low back. This can be a really nice opener for the low back and strengthener for the legs. You might start to feel a little burn here. And if you need to take a break or come up higher in your stance, then feel free to do so. And just see how you progress over the days or weeks practicing this. Good. Next, we're going to come to the center. Down to the center. Another variation of this exercise. Come over to your left thigh. Roll up. And this time as you press, it's like you're pressing a tree trunk, and it's you who gets pressed away. Come back to the center. Down, folding to the center. Over the thigh. Rolling up. Heavy paws. And press the tree trunk, pushing yourself away. Try to keep your spine upright as you do that, so don't lean back as you push yourself back. And just alternating sides each time. Bear is a very powerful form for strengthening the lower body. It's a common theme in Qigong that as we strengthen the lower body, it builds the roots, not just physically, but energetically. As we build those roots, we tend to strengthen the kidney chi, these meridians that move through the lower body, the kidney meridian, bladder meridian. We get more in touch with our physical nature and less lost in our thoughts and emotions. Good. Very nice. Take a break in a forward fold. A few mindful breaths. And we'll roll it up. Step our feet in. Let's shake it out. Feet about shoulder width. Let's slide our hands to the low back. Push our hips forward. Hands on the back of the pelvis. Lean back. Don't worry about going as far as me, but either look at the ceiling or the wall behind you. Then we're going to fold forward over the legs. Once we're all the way folded, we're going to slide the hands down the back of the legs. Come around the feet and then brush the hands up the inside of the legs, front of the pelvis to the lower Dantian, the space between our navel and our pubic bone. Take a mindful breath or two here. The Dantian is closely associated with the energy of the kidneys. Let's slide our hands back again. Push the hips forward, open up the front of the body. Send that pelvis forward as your head leans back. Be careful of your neck. And then fold forward, sliding the hands down the back of the legs, following the bladder channels. And up the inside of the legs, following the kidney channels, all the acupuncture meridians, the primary ones we work with, usually named after these internal organs. Breathing at the lower abdomen again, just breathing through your nose. Do one more. Hands to the back of the pelvis. Push the hips forward. Look at the ceiling, or maybe if you can, even back at the wall behind you. And fold forward. Brush the bladder channel. That's our yang water channel. And then up the kidney channel, our yin water channel. Back to the lower dantian. Find the breath there. Now we're going to bring our hands behind our back and press them together in a downwards facing prayer position. Roll the shoulders down your back. Lift your crown tall. We're going to start to circle our head slowly here. Just looking to move a stretch around the shoulders and neck. Up into the jaw even, or perhaps even down the arms into the forearms and hands. You can breathe mindfully with this as well, exhaling as we roll down, inhaling as we roll up. And then go the other direction. Inhale. Up and back, exhale, forward and down. Sometimes even nice to let those exhales softly out the mouth. Releasing the energy bound up in the tense muscles through the breath. Good, release, and let's shake it out. Shake the whole body by bouncing into the calves. And let everything above the lower legs start to soften and release. In particular, we aim to soften the low back and waist, and the neck and shoulders. Two areas where most people carry some chronic tension, typically tied in with our stress and emotional patterns. We'll pause and just notice how the body feels after that shaking. Then we're going to pause in a posture, standing meditation posture. Our palms are face down towards the earth, a little bit wider than the shoulders. Fingers are pointing forward. Feel the crown of your head like a string is attached to it, pulling it gently to the sky as the chin slightly tucks back, lengthening the back of the neck. Feel your tailbone grow heavy, sinking towards the earth, softening the knees a little bit to allow it to sink. Sinking of the tailbone, releasing the lower back muscles. Feel your shoulders heavy, dropping away from the ears. Your fingers spread like there's marbles between the knuckles. The same with your toes. You just hold this mindfully and breathe. Just the general awareness of the body. Awareness of the breath. Lining up between heaven and earth. The form and the formless. So allow natural breathing through your nose. Keep the awareness with the body. I won't be here much longer. Maybe another minute. Call this a standing meditation for a reason, because the mind is involved. The mind is present with the body and breath here. As the body lines up in a manner more conducive to the production and circulation of energy. Very nice. Let's step out a little wider for our first mindful movement flow. Our right hand is against the lower back, left hand's up by the forehead. We're going to shift our weight to the left foot, turn to the left, bend forward, make a scooping motion with the left hand as we shift to the right, come up looking at the left palm, and then turn the left palm away from you as you shift back to the left. Repeat that, drawing a big circle with the arm as though we're standing in shallow water, scooping up the water with our arm. Inhaling as we come across the top. Exhaling as we scoop through the bottom. And the weight continuously shifting from one leg to the other to follow the movement of the arm and upper body. You'll notice I bend forward here, and even my back bends a little bit. I'm not trying to have a perfectly straight spine. Allowing the back muscles to release. The knees bend as I come down as well, not looking for a hamstring stretch. Here our goal is the building and circulating of life force, chi. Let's switch sides, back of the left hand against the lower back. Shift to the right. Scoop with the right arm as we shift to the left. Turn the right palm away from you as you shift to the right. Exhaling through the bottom again. Inhaling over the top. This is a great exercise to build the energy in the kidneys, build those roots in the legs. Like a tree drawing water or water-like energy up from the earth, through the roots, through the legs, and storing it at the kidneys. This water-type chi sustains us in a much deeper way than other types of chi. Just like water flows to the deepest parts of the earth, to the lowest places, the water phase of chi nourishes us in the deepest way, flows to the deepest parts of the body. Let's release that flow and bring the hands in a big hoop behind your back, and the arms and hands together, forming a hoop behind your back. Imagine like you're holding a big ball of blue light against your lower back. Holding the rest of the body in the same position as before, same basic standing meditation position. Our tailbone sinking, our knees soft, our crown floating, our chin tucked back, our shoulders sinking, and our fingers and toes spread. Finding mindful, natural breathing. And mindfulness of the body. These postures are said to build the chi strongly in the body, but don't try to force this with any effort of the mind. Just the natural alignment of the body will gradually build the chi over weeks, months of training. Let's begin rolling a ball at the Dantian. Our hands are in front of the abdomen. Rolling this ball, the upper hand coming about solar plexus height, the lower hand about pelvis. But don't worry about the feeling of the ball between the hands. Feel into the space in the torso, in the abdominal region. So we're rolling a ball of energy there. Again, don't try to force any feeling with the mind. Just be aware of the region. Notice the effects of the palms on that energy. Now our movement's going to get a little bigger. We're going to circle wide with the arms and then gather back in close to that chi ball and even wrap around that chi ball a little bit. And a big wide circle with the arms, standing taller, inhaling. And exhale as we gather and compress the chi into the lower Dantian. Inhale, gather. Open up to receive the energy. And exhale, condense and store that energy in the abdominal region. Slow, deep breath through the nose. This exercise is called eating the moon cream. And you can even visualize as you do it that you're watching a full moon over the ocean and gathering that silvery white light into your lower abdomen. And inhaling to reach out to gather more. And exhaling to compress it into the belly. When the Dantian fills with energy, it overflows to fill the kidneys. Fill these deep reserves of vitality. And to build a sense of peace, security, anchoredness, safety, and stability within you. Let's come back to that chi ball with the hands and just roll it again. Rolling the energy within the space of the Dantian region. And bring those hands face towards each other, fingers pointing forward. We'll find the Dantian a little more specifically in the lower portion of the abdomen. This one is called compressing the pearl. We squeeze the hands towards each other and float the hands up to shoulder height, inhaling here. Exhale as we squeeze the energy back into the Dantian. Inhale as we open up, allow the energy to expand through the body. As you exhale, you can sink, bending your knees a little, sinking your chest and pelvis. And inhale. Stand a little taller, let your chest rise as though your center of gravity is lifting up. And exhale, the center of gravity sinks as we compress the chi. Feel as though your whole body is breathing energy here. Slow breathing through the nose. Always feeling free to set your own pace with the breathing and movement rather than following me. If there's a pace that is slower or faster that works better for you, feel free to find it. Now we'll collect the chi in the Dantian. Fingers crossed over each other, tips of the thumbs touching. Make slow, small circles just below your navel. Just using this to focus the attention here as though the hands were a magnifying glass. And then fold one hand on top of the other, touching the tips of the thumbs again. This one is called the monk holding the pearl. Focus the attention down to the size of a pearl in the lower abdomen. 1 or 2 inches below the navel, but not at the surface of the abdomen, in towards the center of the body. Feel in there with your fine focus attention for a point the size of a pearl. You feel almost like a magnetic pull, like something catches there. This may take a while of training to locate this Dantian. Close it down with pulling down the sky. Exhale as we draw down. Inhale as we float up. Exhale, use your hands to guide the attention broadly through the body, from head to toe. Just imagine that your attention can collect any debris, any stagnant chi left in the body, and sift it off to the earth. And then we'll step our feet in close together. Hands on the lower abdomen. Begin to allow your body to rock and sway like kelp in the ocean. Rooted deeply into the seafloor. So firm in your roots that the rest of you can soften. Allow yourself to be moved with the waves and currents. Allowing this flow of life force energy within you to unfold and circulate. Moving with ease through soft, untense muscles. Soften into this flow of energy. And then we'll step back out and begin circling the belly with some friction of the palms. Just collecting, gathering the energy into the internal organs, into the process of digestion, and into the lower Dantian. Just centering that energy so that it doesn't leak away as we leave our practice. Connect it to the Dantian, this anchor point, to keep it all integrated. Pause with the Dantian, and then bring it up to a prayer by the heart. Touch your knuckles against the sternum. And just feel this beautiful energy we've created. And think about what you might like to do with it in your day or evening. How can we go mindfully into our life in a way that helps this energy to grow, cultivate, and perhaps even spread out to others? When you're ready, release with a sigh. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this practice. If you feel you benefited from it, try coming back to it every day for maybe a week or a month and see how a prolonged training continues to affect your energy. If you'd like to see more of my content, make sure you're subscribed to the channel here. It really helps me out, keeps me going here for you to hit the like button or leave a comment, or especially to share with your friends. Thank you.